Summer's coming, and if you live in Oklahoma, you know that your electric bill could go way up. I know that in July, it seems like my air conditioner runs all of the time, even at night. So if you're scared to check your electric bill because you might have to take out a second job to pay it, you might want to start preparing now to keep your costs low. It doesn't have to be scary, and I'm going to talk about a few ways today to save you money. Today I'm going to discuss making your home more energy efficient, replacing electronics with ones that don't use as much electricity, and some simple daily routines that you can do. So first, let's start with the home. So we all know that our heater and air conditioner take a lot of electricity. So we want to make sure that our home is insulated to keep the air that's inside in and air that's outside doesn't come in. You want to make sure that if you have an attic that it is insulated, and also your outside walls of your home between the outside and the sheetrock. So you also want to make sure that there's no outside air leaking into parts of your home. So you want to check your doors and windows to make sure that no air is getting inside there. They're sealed all the way. A big concern could also even be the size of your air unit. If it's too small for your home, it's going to have to work twice as hard to heat or cool the area, and it's going to drive your bill up. So these kinds of home improvements can get costly, but they will pay themselves off in the long run. Some smaller investments that you can do would be replacing outdated electronics in your home, such as your thermostat. So if you have an outdated thermostat, it could incorrectly read the temperature, causing your unit to stay on longer. Another small improvement you can make is replacing your incandescent light bulbs with LEDs. LEDs cost a little bit more, but they use 6 times less watts. They last 50 times longer, and they're a third of the price per year to use. So if you've already replaced these things, also consider just simply unplugging the electronics that you don't use very often. They still draw just a little bit of electricity through the lines. So these are some cheaper options than replacing your entire air unit, so they're a little bit more manageable of a solution. There's also some daily things that you can do to reduce the cost of your electric bill. And one of the biggest ones is turn off your lights. I know it seems so simple, but I forget to do it all of the time. So just trying to make that a habit will help. Also, just turning your thermostat down in the winter and up in the summer could save you money during the year, even if it's just a couple of degrees difference. Another way that we may not think about is washing our clothes in cold water. So it takes a lot of electricity to heat the water up in our hot water tanks. So if we could just wash our clothes in the temperature that comes out of the tap, it keeps the tank from having to work more. And if possible, you could even line dry your clothes. I know I personally waste a lot of electricity running my dryer over and over and over and over again because I forget my clothes are in there and they get wrinkled. So I turn the dryer back on to get rid of the wrinkles, and then of course I forget them again. One other thing you could do is shut off vents to other rooms of your house that you don't use. That way your air unit's not having to work as hard because it's essentially heating and cooling a smaller area. So all in all, each of these solutions will help keep your electric bill down. Ideally, we should do all of them, but that's not always possible depending on our budget. Some of these may be out of reach. So I think the best solution would be kind of a combination of them. Insulating your house where you can, replacing your small outdated electronics to more energy efficient ones, and all of the daily tasks if you can remember them. We can all help be more energy efficient, and that is what will help keep our electricity bill down.